Hello everyone, welcome to Vlog Dailiness. I'm on my phone again, so forgive the quality of the video. It's probably not going to get any better anytime soon. Well, today has been a sad day for me, and probably a lot of people around the world who's heard this story. If you haven't heard it, this person, I don't know where it was, it's in a big city somewhere, and they lived in a trailer park, and you haven't heard this story. People are calling it the actual American Horror Story. Basically, this mom and her boyfriend tried to discipline their children when they didn't eat breakfast or whatever they didn't do by beating them. What kind of method is that? Are you some kind of stupid? I can understand you have anger issues, but you don't take it out on your children. You need to get some therapy. But anyway, she had an older 6-year-old son and the younger 3-year-old son who sadly, horribly sadly, they beat to death. Literally, they beat him to death. And when they found Scotty, that was his name, when they found him, he was hanging upside down by his feet. By his feet. What is wrong with these people? I mean, I understand if you have anger issues, but I don't understand why you take it out on your own children. I mean, I don't know if they have anger issues. All I know and all I hope is that they will be charged in prison for a life sentence for first-degree murder, and the boyfriend's wife, which I don't understand the boyfriend thing, is going to be charged with something about not taking the children out of the home when she knew that they were being abused. And I hope that those parents get into prison and stay there for their whole life, because they don't deserve to have children, obviously, if they beat their 3-year-old son to death. Good job. You do not know what you're doing. So I'm very angry about that, and I'm very heartbroken about that, because no child deserves to go like that, especially if they were not doing anything wrong. I mean, I don't know what he was doing at the time when he got beaten, when he died, but all I know is that his parents were not parents. His parents obviously did not understand what the word parent meant, and they weren't ready to be parents. And that he did not deserve to go in that such of a horrible way, and all I know and all I hope is that since he was so young and that he seemed very innocent, that he is up in heaven with the Lord. That is all I hope, because, little kids are so innocent. Like, sometimes they're not, but most of the time they are just innocent. So I really hope that he's up with the Lord, looking down, hoping, I don't know what he's hoping, but I hope that he's up there with the Lord and, just being there. But I'm just really upset and angry with the parents, because, I understand, like, we're learning about this right now in school. I understand if you get pregnant and then you want to marry the father of the child. Well, don't have sex in the first place. That's my motto. It's like, if you do not want to have children, then do not have sex. End of story. If you're not ready to have children, if you don't want to have children, don't have sex. End of story. I made this decision when I was young. I was not going to have sex until I'm married, because, I don't want to end up like a teenage pregnancy or be left on my own as a single mother, because that's not going to be good for me emotionally or for my child emotionally, and it's just not a good thing overall. So, and if you're thinking about having sex, do not, especially if you're a teenager. You don't want to be one of those statistics. You don't want to be one of those big statistics. You want to be that little tiny percentage of people that don't have sex when they're a teenager, and like, if you know Jeremy, I asked him when we were friends, I'm like, would you ever have sex outside of marriage? He's like, no. And I'm like, good for you. You're the only guy I've ever asked that, and probably the only guy that I'll ever hear that answer from. And, I love it when people stick to their values, especially if it's something like that. I was raised with values, and I plan to import those values into my children when I have children after I'm married. And it's just, and I would rather get married to someone who I know who hasn't had sex before, because you don't know what they could have gotten from another woman. You know, it's just, or from another man. You know, it's just like, yeah, no. You know, and it's just one of those things, you know. Yeah, I'm just all on a whole rant. You know, and I understand if you were, like, raped in high school. I totally understand that. I've known people who, when they were in high school, they've been raped and they had to take care of the child, and their parents kicked them out. Like, I totally understand that process, and how hard it is to be a parent in high school and in college. Like, I totally get that. Like, I totally understand that. And, like, I would not want to go through that process willingly, but if I was raped and forced to, like, take care of the child, I would, because I would not want to give that child up for adoption. I mean, I've never been in the adoption area, in the centers where they take the children. I've never been in one of those, but I've heard that they are not good conditions, and I feel like they need to change stuff about it, you know, and my theory is, like, when you're married and you want to have children, think about adoption first. I mean, honestly, think about how many kids there are without parents compared to people with kids with parents. I mean, I'd rather take some child who's been abused and left alone and not fed for like a week and bring them into my home and have them be my child. I would rather do that than bring more children into the world. It's kind of like cats and dogs, you know, where they breed rapidly, and, like, you have a female dog, and she has puppies, you know. You would rather have a puppy from that litter than from a specifically bred puppy. You would rather buy the puppy in your neighborhood than from a specifically bred dog, you know, and it's just, it irritates me. Like, I understand if you want to have children that are your children, your blood, but honestly, think about adoption first, because think about people in Uganda and they have those kids and they can barely take care of them, you know, and I'm not saying to go and take them from their mother. I'm just saying, think about adoption before you have your own children, because I certainly want to adopt children, because it's just, in today's society, there is many more children in adoption agencies than in, like, you know, and, you know, I know it is, I'm just going on a rant, and, you know, if you know me, like, if you really, really know me, like my mom and, Jeremy and those guys, you know that I lived without a father, or a father, like a father who would stay, and a father or a father figure who would stay in our lives and stay there and be there for my mom and be there for me, you know, and I never had that until we moved here, and Ed adopted me. That's the only, like, father figure that stayed in my life. I've had other father figures, and they were great, but unfortunately some of them have died, and, you know, I've had lots of great people in my life. I mean, lots of great people. And I understand what it's like to live without a parent, and I do not know what it's like to live, like, without both parents. And I can't even imagine, like, if I was taken away from my mom right now, I would either run back to my house that I am in right now and stay here and hide here and convince her not to tell anyone that I'm here, or honestly, I would kill myself, because I love my mother that freaking much. I know that's horrible to say, but, like, her and I have gone through way too much. You know, her and I are, like, BFFs, best friends. We, like, I cannot say, like, we are not inseparable. You know, it's like those best friends you see in school. That's my mom and I. But I don't know how I could live my life without my mother. And I don't know how I could live my life without emotional support from parents. You know, so I would rather take some child who has no support and give them support, bring them into my home and give them support and give them love and give them what they need and what they deserve as a human being. I'm just saying, like, think of adoption before you actually have children. It's just, you know, we're learning about it in class, and I'm like, you know, I'd rather really actually adopt, even though it's probably a difficult process. I'd rather adopt and then have my own kids. And, you know, then maybe someday I will have my own kids. You know, and, you know, there's just so many different things that will lead you to not have your own children. And then you'll have to adopt if you want children. You know, there's just so many things. And even if you can have children, just think about adoption first. I'm not going to stop saying this. I'm not going to stop saying this. Think about adoption first, because I just feel like that's the most important thing in the world, is to help the others that are there now than to bring more life in. Like, do you know what I'm kind of saying? It's like, you're at a pound and you see all these dogs and you're thinking, oh, like, let's say you work at a pound and you see all these dogs, and then you have your own dog and you're thinking, oh, wouldn't it be cute if we had puppies? And, you know, and you have your dog, you want your dog to have puppies. It would be better to adopt a dog from the pound than put more life into the world that could eventually end up in the pound. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully you understand what I'm saying, because I understand it, and I'm hoping that you understand it, and I'm hoping that I'm portraying it in the correct way for you to understand it. Yeah, so that's kind of what's been on my mind today, was that horrible event. Horrible event. I hope those parents go to prison for a life sentence. Hopefully, I want that to happen. I'm sorry for those people, those parents that don't understand what a parent is being, and they chose the wrong decision. So that's just what's been on my mind today. I'll tell you what I've been actually doing. Homework. I've been doing some homework. Some geometry homework. No one likes geometry. Unless you're a math nerd. Then go ahead. Do you want to do my geometry homework for me? You can do it for me if you want. Come on. Do all that homework for me. You can do it. I believe in you. Yep, I've been really tired. I'm kind of hyper though, because I don't have that baby anymore. That fake baby. Promise, it's not a real baby. It's a fake baby. I don't have it anymore. So I'm really happy. And I checked my grade, and I got a good grade on it. Yeah. You know, obviously I didn't get 100 on it, because I'm not going to be perfect on it. And it's just adult anyway. It's just for a grade. But I got an 88 on it, and I'm really happy. So, yeah. I have really nothing else to say. I'm just really tired and really hyper at the same time. Yeah. So, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And if it's not good, go make it good. Go sing karaoke. Go do your homework if you like homework. Go make a video. Go paint a mural of veterans. I will make a vlog about Veterans Day tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Yeah, and yeah, so party hard, and I don't know what I'm saying, but I hope you have a great rest of your day.